As Jedi Survivor is just under about a week and a little bit away until the release day, we are going to be going over the new combat stances that were in Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Now, I do know that the combat stances was definitely shown a little bit a while ago, but I still want to go over them just so you guys that maybe are questioning with what the combat's going to look like for this new game, and we're going to go over it in this video. So heading off, the senior design director Jason DeHarris told IGN that Cal will be much more capable this time around to reflect of how he has grown in the 5 years since the last title. This means that 3 of the 5 stances will be unlocked from the start, which is single blade, double blade, and dual blade. Game director Stig said that this was going to be the plan for Fallen Order, but the team didn't quite have enough time to implement all 3. We felt that it was important to give the player a greater arsenal right off the bat, said Stig. We had 2 fully realized stance in the first game, and that was the single blade and that was the staff. And we had the stance where you had a twin blade, which was something that we wanted to fully realize in the first game, but we basically ran out of time and it ended up becoming a special move. It was really cool moment, but it was not given the same amount of focus and execution. So that was like a day one, we were like, we are gonna finish our twin stance, said Stig. Respawn then started with the twin blades because it knew what the other 2 were because of their reboots in the last game. DeHarris said that the studio wanted to make the twin blades more technical in order to give them their own place within the game. Players attack faster in this stance and have access to more combos, but also take more damage. This is also the only stance that players dodge or guard cancel out of the startup animations of an attack, something that isn't in other stances, which has players committing to their slashes. DeHarris also said that this stance lets players ride the line up between recklessness and aggression. The standard single blade stance is an all-arounder, as it's a medium range and power. The double bladed stance is for crowd control, but is a little on the slower side. This is really good for bigger crowds because it is dealing a lot of damage. Now, since I did not get my hands on this game for Star Wars Jedi Survivor, I obviously don't have the hands-on experience for what it actually felt like, but listening to other videos, it has sounded like that the double bladed is the one that is the most effective in big battles where you're going to be fighting against, but against, you know, maybe you're first in a Inquisitor or something like that, like a boss, it's maybe not suggested. The final 2 stances are the Crossguard and Blaster. Weren't as heavily detailed, but Respawn still have a general overview of them. The former uses a hilted lightsaber, much like the one Kylo Ren uses in the films, while the latter has Cal wielding a blaster alongside his blade. Crossguard is the slowest and has the shortest range of the stances, but deals the most damage. DeHarris said that this stance will test to see how well players space their attacks, because players don't magically slide to an enemy if they are out of range when they hit the attack button. Stig said the stance with the firearm came from urge to give Cal more ranged attacks. While not explicitly detailed, it seems as though players use the saber to replenish their ammo, meaning they'll have to go in order to blast away at a distance. However, DeHarris reiterated that this wasn't a shooter and Survivor is still a melee focused game, and while the blaster stance is different from a gameplay standpoint, the team was intrigued by the narrative context it could bring too. I know from a story standpoint we thought it would be something that reflects the journey that Cal's going through to do something that's unconventional, something that's usually frowned upon for a Jedi, and putting him in this circumstance where he's doing whatever it takes in this situation, said Stig. That's something that I think through conversations we were really able to make the work in the regards to combat. Each stance also has its own skill tree full of upgrades, which complements the force tree and the more general one. Although players are only equipped with 2 stances at a time and can switch at a meditation points. Now, this is really good for Star Wars Jedi Survivor to have all these stances, because it provides such a more in-depth gameplay experience and storyline, because this will obviously make us have different ways to attack and different ways how we can specialize in certain ways to attack in the actual game. A lot more different people like to use maybe blaster, they like to use more single, dual, whatever, and we have a lot more different stances that can provide us a wider range, and that can also provide a lot more people to enjoy the game because they have a lot more ways to attack. But I hope this all makes sense, guys. I'm looking forward to playing Jedi Survivor as it is releasing next Friday as this video hopefully will be coming out. I appreciate all you guys watching this video, and I really like to see you guys continuing to support this channel. It really means the world to me. I love all you guys out there. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe. I will be streaming all this game on this channel. We'll be doing a bunch of videos leading up to the release of Jedi Survivor, and doing more videos after the release of Jedi Survivor, so you guys can have the best experience and have the best knowledge for this game. But as always, guys, may the Force be with you always.